Has the pendulum of power swung too far, too fast for the Greens?
Has Rhaenyra snapped?
If Aemond is what we call a mother lover, what the heck do we call Alicent?
We'll answer all those questions and 100 more on this episode of
The Joffrey of Podcasts.
I've been very busy. Many important matters require a king's attention. I'm king now. King now. I am king. I am king. I am kiss it. I am kiss it again when I return. Your fingers or your king doesn't fingers discuss your battle plan. Each one, but your fingers or your tongue. I am the king. I'm telling mother.
Welcome to the Joffrey of Podcasts. My name's Bubba, and with me, as always, is a tool that's used and meant to be reprimanded. It's Catfish.
Oh, Bubba, is it a pleasure to join someone who follows his own dictates?
Hey.
Yeah. Well, no, that's complimentary, except for the way I mean it.
Guys, we're dealing with House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 7, The Dragon in Winter. Torn between Mysaria and Daemon's vision for her reign, Rhaenyra grows desperate for a sign that she will prevail. Oof. Side note, I, in high school, starred in my school production of A Lion in Winter about Henry II of England.
Oh, man.
Name a successor. Ooh, so much. Tonight, we're going to play our match game. We're going to talk about the highlights and lowlights. We're going to break down Team Green and Team Black. And we are going to do our classic match games and get to your feedback. Catfish, there's only one more episode left, and then we're going to be 2 years without any House of the Dragon. Only one more episode in Season 3. What's your rating?
Wow, Bubba, I am going to give this 9.5 out of 10. What I like to call double Fs.
Double Fs?
Yeah, it's like the first time you meet your mother-in-law, and especially if he's a mama's boy, and there's a lot of awkwardness there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things I loved about this episode. First of all, this episode, I was talking in the past about we finally get some good bits. Some good laugh lines. Bubba, they were smack dab all over this episode. First, we got Torrhen, who says, it's as if I've been installed here as some sort of scapegoat. And then we cut to Mysaria, drink to cover. Rhaenyra just moves on, and Torrhen turns to the woman next to him, and he's like, what the fuck? And he's realizing it.
Yeah.
And then we've got Alys.
Oh, boy.
Talking to Aemond after he sees how he reacts to Alicent, and she says, you Targaryen boys all want the same thing, don't you?
Whoa.
A funny reaction when Mysaria says she's trying to talk to Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra's like, no, Daemon wouldn't do this to me. And Mysaria's like, is there anything Daemon could do that you believe? And then after Rhaenyra walks off, Mysaria gives a little side eye like, she fell for that, right? Oh, my God. And then the best, Alice's reaction to Aemond getting poisoned. She's like, idiot.
So good.
And that does not even count the good bits that I'm saving for my MVP of the week, Bubba.
Whoa.
My MVP of the week has got even more bits. But despite the humor, what did we have here? Double Ds.
Double Ds.
Dynamic dragons, Bubba. Let me count it out. We got Aegon's dragon coming back. Should we call him Phoenix Fire now since he's risen from the ashes? We've got Ulf switching sides, which means Ulf Dragon is switching sides. We got a freaking all-out dragon fight, Bubba, that was so good and so exciting. And then what? Helena's dreaming of turning the stove on high with Dreamfire, Bubba. What more could you want? This was hella good. 9.5 out of 10, Bubba. That was my ranking. What about you, Bubba? You must have loved this as well. What do you got?
Well, Catfish, you just asked, what more could you want? And you obviously want something else if you only gave it a 9.5 rather than a 10. So I want you to answer sometime in this podcast your own question.
Okay.
Catfish, this episode had a lot of roller coasters. There are scenes I care about and scenes that they try, but they can't get me to care about. I can't get myself to care about. So I am going to go lower than you just down to 8 triple G's out of 10.
Triple G's.
Go glorious green! Team Green, baby! I knew it. Ulf is taking his talents to South Beach. Old Town. He's entered the portal. Team Black is fighting amongst themselves. Now Team Black Dragons are fighting amongst themselves. You never want to be on top at the beginning of a season, because by the end of the season, your fortunes will reverse. And Team Green was really smart to get really low at the beginning of this season. Look at how smart Team Green is. Real quickly, only 8 out of 10, because you're right. There is great moments, great, wonderful things in this.
Absolutely. Holy cow.
And I want to go back to season 2, where season 2, they kept coming up with contrived reasons for Rhaenyra and Alicent to meet. Like Rhaenyra disguised herself as a septa, the equivalent of a nun, and sneaks into King's Landing and talks to Alicent. You're like, this is crazy. Alicent should say guards. There she is right there. Then Alicent sneaks to Dragonstone to tell Rhaenyra, hey, you can kill my sons. Just let me and my daughter escape. And those scenes drove me crazy. In this episode, and I spoke about it last week, Rhaenyra sending a valuable hostage in Alicent off on a goose chase with one guy. Now, the one guy is one of her Queen's Guard members, to kill Aemond. It is preposterous. However, those scenes with Alicent, and Aemond are really fun.
Oh my God. Alicent's looked the whole time.
Yes.
I mean, she was like a pig at a roast looking nervously at all the hungry people.
100%. I've always said I feel bad that Bela has been underdeveloped, through these seasons. In this episode, she and Adam are talking, and I'm not, whatever it is. But Adam suddenly finding out, oh, wait a minute, you're getting with my brother? Lovely little moment. Mysaria. She obviously is having some kind of pull of, hey, I'm in power. And now she thinks she's going to have, Rhaenyra doesn't want to talk to anybody anymore, have any more, sessions with the public. Now Mysaria is going to have them. Crazy. It doesn't make me love those scenes, but that's why I'm saying I was kind of up and down on this episode. For me, Ulf, Aegon, so much of Team Green, they made the episode great for me. And admittedly, the dragon versus dragon versus dragon versus dragon.
Oh my God.
Incredible. So 8 out of 10. Listeners, what do we always say? Hey, our ratings are fun. Hopefully you like them, but you are the third voice on this podcast. We need to know your rating, your thoughts on this penultimate episode of season 3, which once again, a week from now, Catfish, we're going to be left waiting for 2 years.
Ooh.
Now, you won't be waiting for 2 years, listeners. We are currently covering Silo season 3. In September 6th, we're going to start doing our third version of the Marble Hall Murders Magpie Moonflower Murder series. And on September 17th, Slow Horses season 6 is back. So we're going to be here for you. Please subscribe, tell us your thoughts, and continue with us on this crazy, crazy journey into podcasting.
Well, Bubba, this is a perfect time to ask our listeners if they're here. If they're here, they know that we follow Silo. We should bring it up on the Silo podcast too, because it's a little sci-fi. There's yet another Apple sci-fi show coming out in January.
Yep.
And hey, Bubba, we should ask our listeners, do you want us to cover it?
Neuromancer.
I mean, the OG book, Neuromancer, with the new hot dude, Callum Turner. Could he be the new Bond? Who knows? But it'll definitely be the new Keanu Reeves when it comes to jacking in.
Yeah, hey, we're excited about possibly doing Neuromancer. Once again, you're the third voice. Please reach out to us on social media at PHQ. If you're on YouTube, go down in the comments. We want to hear what you're excited for.
All right, so Bubba, let's get back to this episode then. We always say, what was your best or favorite scene of the episode? That's what we like to hit first. Get on a positive note. We're already on a way positive note.
Yeah.
I mean, 8. Disgusting. All right, Bubba, what was your best and favorite scene of the episode? Best or favorite?
Behold me now. I am Aegon Targaryen, Viserys' true heir, the sixth king of the Andals, the Rhaenyra, and the First Men. I was anointed by the High Septon in the light of the Seven, and it is their light that I stand before you now. Strike me down, and the stranger will take retribution. The warrior sword will be judgment upon you. Yes, yes, cowards, you might retreat. For now you see me as I truly am, dreadful in vengeance, righteous and glorious. Oh, you're not paying attention to me? There's a giant dragon there? Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, my goodness. Hell to the yeah. I loved that moment. He has been brought low as you can go, and kissed the boot of some loser who he later killed. Aegon, is he going to come back for the better, or is he going to come back for the worse? Who cares? He's back. I love it. My favorite scene.
He probably didn't learn any lessons, but what he did learn was, I don't think he's going to take any guff from anybody anymore. He is his own man now. Ain't nobody going, he's not going to listen to nobody. So that should set up a nice intra-green rivalry once we get back there to that. You know, it's funny because when we talk about Game of Thrones, a lot of people were like, you know what this show has done, and it didn't do it in later seasons because it needed to get there, was sort of the fantasy. And so later in the seasons, it had to get to the fantasy because we had the Night King and all that. But some people were like, well, they're kind of downplaying this a little bit to try to get people engaged. And, you know, I've never given full credit to House of the Dragon for being like, you know what, we're going all in on this weirdness. And they've given us dragons from the beginning. Yep. And what did they give us tonight? I was here the whole time, the entire time for dragon fights. And Bubba, we got a friggin' max dragon fight. So although I will say your scene was fabulous, this was the best dragon fight we have had. And it was friggin' exciting. And it looked great.
Catfish, let me ask you this.
Tell me.
Could you have imagined that the best dragon fight would be Team Black fighting each other? Incredible. Oh, also, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. You were like, they're going to kill. They have a dragon superiority, and they're about to lose it fighting amongst themselves. It was crazy.
Also, would you have thought that the best dragon fight would be a fight on the ground?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So good. These are two in an episode that's very good. These are two.
And that's excellent. All right, Bubba. All right, we've gotten far too serious. It's time for the match game, Bubba. No. And here's the first one. Alan's father, Corlys, is handed the king. Yep. In a gift box, Alan received blank.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
All right, Bubba, you are first. Alan's father, Corlys, is handed the king. In a gift box, Alan received
1/5 of his father's title.
I like that, Bubba. Oh, all right, read it out to me and I will give my answer. And then we will go through the listeners' much better answers.
Much better answers. Alan's father, Corlys, is handed the king. In a gift box, Alan received
a double F.
Double F?
Family finger.
Oh.
All right, Bubba.
It's a hand-me-down.
Here we go. Oh, no. Alan's father, Corlys, is handed the king. In a gift box, Alan received a slightly used ring. That is Jeff and Jeff Perro.
Very good. That's a really good one. Okay. Oh, Eighth Wander said Alan received a middle finger from the Greens.
So good.
That's pretty good.
And Mr. Bill's Mafia at Revere Terry said Alan received the probably middle finger. Yeah, ring the bell. Hamlet is dead said Alan received his dad giving him the finger one more time. Ring the
bell. So good. Okay. Oh, wait. Ooh, this might be matching me. Dennis said I think so. Alan received a 1/5 of that hand. And Alan likely needs a 1/5 of Corlys's dragon water to forget what he saw. Hey, Dennis, good work.
Carioso goes off the board.
Off the board.
Well, a little bit. Said Alan received Turkish delights.
On a moonlit night. Oh my goodness. Now this is really smart from our good listener Arda Floyd, who said, what did he receive? He received an index fund.
Nice.
Oh, Cam Shea said Alan received the ring of the finger of the hand of the king. Very
nice.
Specific. Very good.
Nicole at Nightwhip from Nims said Alan received some nice Valerian bling, gift wrapped with a finger of authenticity. All right, here's another match.
Oh no.
Link Hogthrob says Alan received a finger, the middle. Warm it up, Corliss. I'm about to.
Warm it up, Corliss. I'm about to. Oh no, the Uncle Q said, oh boy, this is, we shouldn't be giggling about this. Uncle Q said Alan received a triple D.
A triple D?
Dubious daddy digit.
Oh, Nick Fortuna said Alan received the one ring to rule them all. My precious.
Oh, Mark Studebaker said Alan received, well, whatever he received, it could have been worse. Ask Balin Greyjoy.
And Satan Claus said, thankfully a finger, not his, and then had a gif of the D and a B video. So good, Bubba. So good. We love our listeners. They're the best.
I know. And we bring out the worst in them.
That's our job.
All right, Catfish.
Let's run it down.
Team Black was fighting each other. Team Green, well, is off in their own storylines. Which team do you want to look at first this week? Team Green or Team Black?
Well, Bubba, let's deal with the people who are having the most internal problems this week, and that is Team Black.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness gracious. And so every little white lie or gigantic multicolored lie comes back to bite you when you tell your significant other. Daemon has heard the reports. His daughter, Rhaenyra, who said, oh, I'll just hang out here and won't cause any trouble. She's not hanging out there. She's flying all the time. Now she thinks, well, maybe if I capture Vhagar or die trying to take down Vhagar, people will forgive me. And of course, it's the wrong move. It's the wrong move. Everybody, Lady Jane Eyre says, everybody sees you. Daemon, Catfish, do you want to talk about how Daemon had to say his least favorite word ever?
Wow, Bubba. I mean, I have never heard him say, and he hates to say the word please.
Well, how many episodes ago was he talking about, let's go conquer the damn world? Who can stand in our way? And here he is saying to Lady Jane Eyre, please don't tell on me. Oh my God. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's just follow Sheep Stealer because it gets to your awesome scene, Catfish. Adam and Bela are looking for Vhagar. They see Sheep Stealer. And we have this awkward moment. I already kind of mentioned it, where Adam realized, oh, I'm the second son, literally. I'm the second uncle in your wish list. Awkward. Oh.
I mean, Bubba, for a second, I thought we were going to see what George R.R. Martin was hoping for, which was that she would be kind of sweet on Adam, too, and there would be this love triangle. But no. She pretty much closes the door on that.
Oh man, he is trying to be so subtle. He's like, well, what if, if we could get legitimized and then say either of us gain the favor of some highborn lady? Yeah. Hello, yes, no, my brother, you're. Oh,
right.
Hey, look at Sheep Stealer. Like,
well, then she just breaks into. Blame it on the rain that's falling. Blame it on the stars.
The guy looks like Milli Vanilli. Be kind to Adam, for God's sakes. Oh,
I mean, he's got the hair and the super strong cheekbones. I mean, he is a good-looking dude.
He is. All right, so they have to report in that, they really are searching for Vhagar, but hey, we just found this weird thing. Let's both go tell the queen. How about one of us go tell the queen? No, we're going to say it together in front of her. And as soon as they say Sheep Stealer had a rider, who is the happiest, Mysaria or us viewers, because we know it is about to explode. Oh, so good.
Oh man, I think it is us, Bubba. You know, I mentioned last week I watched the previously on with Ms. Catfish, and that did not help her one bit. It was
Oh,
very
no.
complicated. But Bubba, we were watching together, and last night as she was watching Rhaenyra, she's like, she's losing it.
Lady Catfish, you are absolutely correct. We need her on here to lay down the law. Oh my goodness. So Daemon he's riding his dragon Craxes. They find Sheep Stealer. He forces, now this seems a bit dangerous, doesn't it? He's forcing Sheep Stealer down so he can have a talk with his daughter. And oh my God, this whole scene, it just builds in terribleness. And Daemon is like the absentee father who's like, I'm trying to do the right thing here, right? And it's too little, too late. Do you feel bad? Who do you feel worst for? Do you feel worse for Rhaenyra because she's being found to be the cause of Jace's death? Her dragon got beat up. She's being removed from her dragon, and she's being dragged back to prison. Do you feel the worst for Rhaenyra, a grieving mother who was lied to? Do you feel bad for Daemon, the guy who is trying to help his daughter and making things worse? Do you feel worse for Adam because he's like, why am I being dragged into this family? Who do you feel the worst for?
I mean, I definitely feel the worst is Daemon.
Okay.
Because he's having this problem. For Rhaenyra, it's like her son is dead.
Yeah.
No matter who killed him, her son is dead. So it's not going to get any worse for her, I don't think. I feel the least worse for her just because, listen, she has been focused on this and she's got other things to focus on. She's not doing a great job at that.
You know, Catfish, I feel bad when I was listing all the people to feel sorry for. Mm-hmm. Do you feel sorry for Sheep Stealer, who got really wrecked? Now, Sheep Stealer was asking for it. Sheep Stealer was angry and kind of started the most of the fighting, but Sheep Stealer got it pretty bad. All the dragons took some lickings. I mean,
listen, Sheep Stealer, we talk about every week, we pick a team that wins. A lot of times for fun, we've gone off the board. Yep. We've done Team Triarchy. We've done Team Ulf. We've done all kinds of teams. Yeah. Who is the one who is really above all these people, team only for themselves, not even their rider? It's Sheep Stealer. So I feel no pity at all for Sheep Stealer.
Aww.
Sheep Stealer needs to be put down. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Whoa. Well,
I said it.
You agree that Sheep Stealer is not dead at the end of this episode. Daemon he told his dragon, Craxes, kill it. And then at a certain point, he kind of said, okay, Sheep Stealer's
you got to listen.
Yeah.
This is just like when you're in the horror movie and the guy falls out of the window. You got to give him the triple tap in the head. You can't just let him go and hope that everything is going to be fine.
Rhaenyra rides home with her stepmother, Rhaenyra. He is put into a prison. Her dragon, like we said, was hurt, and she was pulled away from it.
Not Rhaenyra.
Not Rhaenyra. No, I mean Rhaenyra is put in the prison, and her sister Baela comes, and Baela, without any words, kind of says, hey, sister, it's okay. I support you. Rhaenyra, what is she going to do? Everybody's screwed. Everybody lied to the queen. The one thing you're not supposed to do. Maybe Adam's lucky that he didn't end up with Baela, because Baela, it was part of Jace's plan to lock Rhaenyra away. Oh boy, Baela does say you will begin anew, because Rhaenyra's like, what am I going to do? Baela says, sister.
Let me tell you something. Whatever kind of quote unquote jail she's in, I think that Otto Hightower would disagree with that description. She looks a lot better than she did like 6 hours ago when she was living off the land. I think she's going to be fine.
Let's just kind of close up the Sheep Stealer part of it. What is Rhaenyra going to do? Rhaenyra is her stepdaughter. She is the daughter of her husband. None of this is going to bring Jace back. You've got enough problems, as you keep saying. Is it just, get out of my face? What does she do with Rhaena?
I think so,
If
but I
anything.
think that I think the who knows? She managed. Rhaenyra keeps getting managed to get caught up in things that don't matter as far as like getting her kingdom back together. But I would have to say, even though she has a conversation with Daemon later, and she doesn't with Rhaena, I still think she's going to be more upset with Daemon than Rhaena.
Well, let's kind of catch up to Rhaenyra at the end of the episode.
Let's do it.
She has got everybody blaming Torrin Manderly, so that worked, but
Plan worked.
but it's upsetting more of your team, right? She's already up. Her team is upset. They're all upset. You know, Baela was just talking about the other day. Hey, she's going to marry me to some lord. Ulf feels upset. Here, Torrin Manderly, who maybe it's not too important that he's upset, but he is really upset, man. Lady Frey, I guess.
Torrin Mandolin, the shoe finally dropped. It was as if it dropped from about 30,000 feet because it took that long, but he has finally figured it out.
But Lady Frey is possibly the only one on Team Rhaenyra who's kind of happy. She's like, listen, if this plan works, you promised me Harrenhal. And Rhaenyra's like, fine, whatever. Go take it. Great. Whatever. Lady Frey, good work. You did it.
Yeah, good work, Lady Frey. I'm sure you'll have no problem when you get to Harrenhal.
R.I.P. Lady. How about this? We have kind of talked about it ever so briefly. Daemon does come into his wife, and his wife, rather than talking in private or even talking in Valyrian, where they're the only people who would understand, she speaks the common tongue. She speaks English, and she has her handmaiden, Alinda Massey, stay there. Daemon, you are in the doghouse if you can't get any alone time.
Let me ask you a question, Bubba, because I want to ask you because I'm not quite sure why they did it. So I want to know why you think they did it, because it was not just they had to do it in front of her, but they spent a lot of the scene focusing on the handmaiden and her uncomfortableness. And I'm just trying to figure out what you think the writers were trying to accomplish there with that. The writer slash director. I mean, basically, we were put in her shoes.
Right.
And all of a sudden, she was important because she was the one who was like, this is just so awkward.
Okay. What's crazy, I'm going to answer it in a way I don't think the show intends. Alinda Massey has been Team Rhaenyra the whole time. She's been kind of a known presence in the show. In season 2, she was the person who was sent back to King's Landing to find the dragon seeds, that kind of stuff. Or to kind of spread the word, hey, if you believe you have Targaryen blood, come out to Dragonstone. So, and that she's also implied to have kind of had a good connection with Mysaria. But what I would wonder is if you have a fight like this in front of, you know, it's unfair to say it like this, but the help, people are going to find out about it, right? Like if, for whatever reason, Ormond Hightower can find out about Ulf getting beat up in the streets, if Team Green can find out all these things, and now there's a possible wedge between the queen and her husband, you know, I think it would be, you know, more whispers that you don't want out there. Like if you don't want this getting out,
yeah,
you send these people out, right? Like if you don't want your business shared.
I can understand that part of it, but I feel like that could have happened with us just seeing a little bit of it or just seeing her off to the side. But what I mean is, like, there's a shot between Rhaenyra and Daemon, specifically on this girl and her awkwardness, that makes me feel like they're trying to either have us identify with her, or it feels like it's not just about someone else being there, it's about her reaction. Like we're focusing on her as a person, you know what I mean, rather than just as someone who has this information. So it just felt like they were trying to tell us something or have us feel like what it would feel like to be there.
Catfish,
do you know what I mean? Like
Catfish,
it was more of his.
I just had a crazy idea. And
okay,
this
let's hear
actually
it.
ties in more to the books than the show. But if you listeners, if you have heard about these books, you know that it's kind of reports from people in the castle. And one of the people in the castle who said, kind of tells the story of this history is supposed to be the fool. The fool of the court tells, oh, this is what happened. And I was suddenly thinking, oh, when you say it like that, maybe this means at the end that this handmaid, not a fool, Alinda Massey, is the one who kind of tells, well, you want to know the history of the Targaryen infighting and civil war? This is it.
All right.
Maybe.
All right. All right. I'll buy that. Well, all right. So, yeah. So after that, she's upset, and Rhaenyra is telling Mysaria, hey, you're turning me against Daemon. I don't want to be like my father. And Mysaria is like, and Rhaenyra's like, do you think I'm worthy?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Mysaria is like, yeah, you are completely worthy. And let me show you how worthy I am. Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Did you buy it? Did you buy that at this moment of her life, Rhaenyra would think, would get turned to lust or love rather than just, I'm going to stew in my bed? To me, I didn't see that turn for Rhaenyra.
Okay, well, I'm confused, or maybe I was misinterpreting things in the past, but I thought they had already done at least some smooching
Oh, they
and
have,
had
yeah.
some together time.
Yeah,
So
they
this
have.
didn't come out of the blue to me. This is like she needs someone that knows everything, that can give her positive feedback,
Yeah.
emotional feedback, some physical comfort. So this completely made sense to me from Myssaria's point of view, because she's just like, well, I've got to pump her up, and I've got to make her feel good. So let's give her the reinforcement and comfort that she needs.
And Alicent kept telling Mysaria, nothing will, Rhaenyra will always choose Daemon. This is Mysaria taking that word from Alicent and saying, I'm going to make her choose me. Do you want to talk about the earlier scene of Mysaria and this madam from the brothel, Sylvie, kind of having the throne room to themselves? You wouldn't think something like this was possible, but Mysaria has become that powerful and that nice dressing. And,
well, Bubba, I don't want to. I won't talk about it in general, because a spoiler alert. Sylvie is my MVP of the episode.
whoa, all
For
right.
all the ice cold dialogue she drops. So please, let's talk about it without mentioning her dialogue, so that I can get it in later, because it is beautiful. But essentially, Mysaria is trying to say, listen, the queen doesn't want to deal with this anymore because she can't give any satisfactory answers. And Sylvie's like,
No.
well, people need essentially to be able to bitch and let off steam,
Yes.
even if they're not going to do
Yes.
anything. And so Mysaria is like, hey, look, what if I do it?
Oh, boy.
And Sylvie's like, well, aren't you just a jumped up hoe? And basically is like, you've gotten too big for your britches. And I mean, on one hand, Mysaria is trying to grab some more power, but on the other hand, this is what I have been pitching for many, many episodes, is that we need somebody else to interact with Ulf, so that you're not a complete D to him.
Oh,
We need
man.
someone
Oh,
else.
man.
We need someone else to talk to the public, who is going to give them soothing words and then try to get some information back. So we do need, even if Mysaria is trying to do it just to pump herself up, we do need somebody like this. But let's just say that even though Mysaria was a high class prostitute, Sylvie ain't buying what she's selling here today.
Catfish, you described it perfectly. Now, sadly, somebody to talk to Ulf and get him, back on Team Black is too late. So they missed that chance.
Right,
But you are right. You are 100% correct. How about this? Do you want to talk about Alan? In his really only solo scene in this episode was receiving
A solo finger.
Oh boy. And then how about once again, kind of one scene, they're still marching, but they're only a couple days, maybe one day away. The Rivermen forces are marching towards Dumbleton, and they've got a new kind of battle thing that leads them into
Oh,
the march.
did they get a new staff, Bubba?
Yeah, well, you would say that up on top of this, decorative axe, they have Kristen Cole's friggin' head, and they didn't even take the full arrow out of his head. It may be in there too deep. Ouch.
Well, Bubba, you don't want to pull those things out. That could cause bleeding.
And then, of course, there are the dragon seeds. We didn't see our buddy Hugh in this episode.
We did not.
Adam had his own storyline, but somebody had a want. And so maybe you would call him the winner of the week. Somebody has wanted to drink a dang beer. And he got his beer, he got his wine. It's not in a tavern. It's not in a tavern, so not perfect. But
Ormond, so great, because we know Ormond hates freaking dragons.
yeah.
But Ormond also knows, look, he always talking about having someone just be nice to Ulf. Ormond is being nice would be damning it with faint praise.
Oh my
because
goodness.
Ulf's like, hey, listen, you told me I could have a lordship and a castle and you know what, Ulf is like, I got my eye on a little place called Honeyholt.
Yep.
And Ormond is like, well, Honeyholt? That's a POS. How about you have Driftmark and you can be Lord of the Tides, Bubba?
Oh man.
And oh my God,
man.
Ormond, he's really throwing the whole thing. He says they will laugh at you no more when they see you as you are. And Ulf, you got to give it to Ulf, right?
Man.
He's small, he's smiley, and he's happy-go-lucky. So he even says this line that most people would say with vengeance and venom, they will burn. Ulf says it with a smile on his face. They will burn. Yeehaw.
Man, this must be some great friggin' beer. Let's be honest. Right? This is the best alcohol you've ever had. Holy smokes. Now we have Ulf here on Team Black, in the Team Black team report. He's not staying in Team Black. Now, Catfish,
he's moving.
I want to talk about this in our last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I always say I have read Fire and Blood and I remember it. Catfish, you haven't even read Fire and Blood, have you?
Correct.
But you were the one who would write in our show notes, who'd say, my question I want answered is, when will Ulf turn? You saw the show. The show was, it was not hidden. It wasn't like, kind of in the background. It was front and center that Ulf was being treated terribly and he was going to turn. I asked you last week, I said, okay, you think he's going to turn? Would you be upset if he turns? And you said, oh, hell no. He's turned and suddenly saying they will burn. Are you still okay with Ulf switching sides?
I have never heard anyone say something that horrible with such a happy-go-lucky tone.
So you're okay. You don't blame him. You don't have any ill will about him flipping the script.
I don't have any ill will. Let's see what happens when innocent women and children start biting at Bubba. Speaking of innocent women and children, before we go to our next team, we got to talk about our Joffrey of the week.
We do.
And Bubba, let me just, this is a great segue. It's not even a segue, Bubba, for knowing exactly the right time to make a strategic move.
Oh, yes.
And make sure that he is on top. My Joffrey of the week is obviously Ulf.
You've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Ulf knew that. And oh my goodness gracious. Well, I'm going to go give it to his drinking partner. When you are a champion of diplomacy, as King Joffrey is, you have to know, once again, Rhaenyra doesn't know how to treat her subjects. Joffrey treated his subjects fairly and strongly.
True.
And here Ormond Hightower is like, my subject hasn't been able to go to the tavern. He's been pushed in the mud. Instead, screw this. We're going to go camping and get some s'mores and beer and have a party.
And I'm going to offer him, look, I'm going to offer him a castle much better than the one he has than he's got his eye on.
Right, of course. He's like, your year-end bonus is not Honeyholt. It's damn Driftmark, Lord of the Tides. Let's go.
Oh, man. Bubba, well, listen, since we're talking about winners and Ulf is a winner this week, I guess it's time to talk about Team Green, Bubba.
I'm telling Mother.
Now, Ormond, as wonderful as he was, he really could use some of that kindness with his cousin Gwaine. When Gwaine coming in and say, hey, the Rivermen are 2 days away, and Ormond, so not diplomatic, he said, your dim but ambitious Dornish friend died for nothing, huh? Too bad. Ouch.
I'm sorry, I forgot to post that in the laugh line / disses up top.
Oh my gosh, does Gwaine need to get what? Gwaine is obviously not leaving because he wants to care for his nephew Darren the Daring. Gwaine, to hell with that. Get out of Dodge. It is leave, Gwaine. What is the point? This is doomed. Holy smokes.
My God.
Ormond is like me. He's like Jack Sprat. He'll eat no fat.
Bubba, he won't eat anything. He's a vegetarian now.
Heck yeah.
This guy, I was with him all the way until he became a vegetarian, Bubba.
Ormond tells Corlys, and Corlys probably knows this, hey, you think that you're a hostage? Rhaenyra's not going to quit, give up the title of queen just to get her hand back. And Darren, oh my God, Darren, he is daring. He dares to ask Ormond a question in the middle of Ormond's monologue to Corlys. Darren, how will any of this help when the winter wolves are clawing at our gates? You don't question me, no, he's not even a nephew. Once again, he's technically a cousin because Alicent is Ormond's cousin. And anyway, you don't question me in front of my hostage, who's not a hostage.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, look, you can never question Ormond.
Never.
But,
great point.
We got to go back to the advice we learned from The Godfather is never ask questions or show that there's disagreement in front of enemies.
Right.
Right? We all learned that from The Godfather.
I didn't actually. Now that you say that, I guess I need to watch a Godfather.
I think it was Sonny. No, not Sonny. It was James Caan who said it to Sonny. I can't remember what James Caan character's name was now. That's horrible. But anyway, it was after they had a meeting and Sonny said something. And afterwards, James Caan's like, never show disagreement in front of enemies.
Well, okay, Darren and Gwaine keep their disagreement in a private meeting. Gwaine is telling Darren, dude, hop on your dragon, fly the hell away. Because Darren's advice is terrible too. He's like, if I'm the king, I can go tell the army to stand down. And Gwaine's like, well, you could do that, and then we will be marched to the gallows and killed. There's no good option here, especially if they don't know about the Ulf switcheroo. And you wonder if Ormond's big mistake is not telling his cousin, Darren, that, hey, there's another dragon rider besides you. Like, why wouldn't you tell him? Why wouldn't you tell them? They're in your inner circle. Tell them. Communication, Ormond. Let's go.
Listen, Ormond has an inner circle of one, okay? He's got all his plans and he's keeping them close to the vest. But you got to appreciate it, actually. You got to like Darren just because he's simply like, look, people are like, blah, blah, blah. I want to be the king.
Yeah.
And Darren's like, what's so good about that? That doesn't sound like any fun.
He learned young. Very good work, Darren. How about this, Catfish? We have one episode left. You have not read the book. Obviously, there's about to be a large army on the gates of Tumbleton. In battles, admittedly, George R.R. Martin doesn't kill many named characters in battles, but this is the end of the season. We got to start chopping people down. Do you have a prediction of anybody? And I was thinking maybe Darren. Any prediction of who will survive next episode's battle?
Well, because Green has been down for a lot of this season, I feel like Ormond has become the main villain,
Yeah.
right? He's the main threat to Rhaenyra. But let's face it, now we seems like we've got Aemond and Aegon
Yep.
as powerful challengers. So I'm not sure we need Ormond to be a threat anymore for the Greens to still put the Blacks on their back feet.
That is a great guess. But the one trick, and I'll just say it, is I don't see how Ormond gets in trouble if he's got Ulf on his side and the Blacks don't realize they don't have Ulf anymore. I think if I was looking at deaths, I'd be like, Team Black, watch your back. And they're not going to be. They're going to be focused on Dumbleton, but, kind of look up. Uh-oh. Oh, he's lighting us on fire. Oh, no.
Listen, there are two people that, let's not say I've said his inner circle is one, but let's say his outer circle has two people in it that don't seem to like Ormond very much.
Oh, that's
and
good.
That's Egwene and Daeron. And I think they might just say, look, we have had enough of this BS because this is some craziness, right? So
like
they could take him out for sure. All they got to do is poison his soy cubes, his tofu.
Terrible. Terrible. Listeners, if you have not read Fire and Blood, and to be honest, in this adaptation, that may not give you any advice, any insight, who do you think would fall in the battle that we assume is in the next episode? Let's go to somebody who's one of the few characters who's not near Dumbledon, and that is Larry Bowen Curly, King Aegon, Larys, and Tylan. These three are great Catfish, but Larys, did he pick the worst time to check out or what? He's put all his chips on King Aegon, and Larys pieces out the one moment Aegon's going to be worth having your chips in on him. Holy smokes.
Well, what if Larys is like on his horse right behind what I'm going to call Phoenix Fire? In other words, he came back with Phoenix Fire.
Oh, that would be great.
Then that would be okay. Because look, he's honest, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think Aegon is going to give him much crap, although Aegon did give a little look back like, yeah, I told him he could go, but is he really leaving? I guess he is, that son of a bitch. So, but Tylan sticks with him in Bubba. What was a little bit of a surprise to me. I mean, I know he's a knight, but he hasn't come off as he's come off kind of buffoonish. So for him to stand there, it was kind of a Kristen Cole moment, only he had a turn of luck, which was a dragon behind him, and Kristen Cole didn't. So he was about to go out like a sucker, aka Kristen Cole. He got lucky.
Well, I think they were both lucky that this forces from House Mooten didn't bring any archers, because the archers could have, Kristen Cold him, and then there would be nothing. And so the fact...
Well, but the reason why they did it to Kristen Cole is he was a known guy, and he had a whole army behind him. They just thought, let's wait until Aegon is done with his stand-up act, because we are laughing they're all like, man, I haven't laughed this hard since we went and sacked the town and pillaged it, and etc.
And they couldn't shoot Tylan with the arrows because they want to know where the gold is. So
right.
I laughed when Aegon, the forces come forward, and Aegon suddenly turns around and he's like, no. Like, I thought he was thinking.
And Tylan's like, and what did Tylan say? Do you want to run away, sir? Something like that. It was so good.
It was good. Did you, once again, you haven't read the books. Did you see this coming? Did you see?
No, I thought he might. Because again, he's worth something.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a common soldier, this guy is worth something. you'll make a good rep. So I thought they would might dispatch Thailand, and then they would just capture him,
Yeah.
capture Aegon.
Yeah. Well, of course,
I wasn't worried he would die.
what's funny is you bring him to the queen. You're like, Queen, we've caught your wayward brother Aegon, the false king Aegon. What is the reward? And she's like, Torrin Manderley? And he's like, wait, what? I'm supposed to come up with a reward? Harrenhal it is. There you go. And let's go to Harrenhal, Catfish.
Let's do it now, but we start off with
Oh,
a
boy.
super weird
boy.
thing that I didn't know. It seemed to me at first, but it wasn't borne out by the rest of the episode because Alice didn't say anything until later. But it seemed to me that after we got this fake out of Alicent with Daemon, that Alice was the one sort of witching up the image of it, but it wasn't until later. It just didn't seem like that was the case later on.
Right.
It was just Daemon imagining it.
Right. Well, when she says the line much later that you pointed out, you Targaryen boys, you all want the same thing. To me, she can see that this is kind of like almost a show them what they want type thing. And yet she can see it somehow. Like, what the hell is with these guys? And then.
So you think it was her sort of witching it up and not Daemon imagining it himself?
You mean Aemond? No,
Aemond.
I think somehow she
was able to put that image in his mind. Right. In other words, that he's seeing Alicent is her and not him.
Right.
It's
you know, like make me the most desirable person to him. And so then she realizes, oh, who is he really desiring? His mother. Awkward. Oh my God. This is tough.
By the way,
but my God.
Just a great contrast in acting for Olivia Cole there to just have one scene where she's like totally putting the moves, and then the rest of the episode she is walking on eggshells.
Did you love the dinner where he's got both women on either side of him? Oh my God, hilarious. Oh, and Alicent keeps going, wait a minute, who is she? Explain to me who this person is again? Oh, so good. But how about this? What do you think? Do you buy, and I guess I do, but do you buy that Alicent would poison and kill her son? I guess I'll admit it. The show took me there. I was like, okay, she will.
You know what's funny is as I was watching the show, you know, sometimes when I'm watching the show, I'm thinking about like the questions we're going to ask, and I pre-wrote a question.
Okay.
Which was, is Rhaenyra's idea to send Alicent to kill her son Rhaenyra's worst ever idea or the worst idea in the history of the Seven Kingdoms? I did not think that Alicent was really going to go through with this.
Yeah, crazy.
I was surprised. I mean, I felt like when I saw her reaction, even when we had Alice playing Alicent,
right?
I thought, okay, if she is treating him like this, which is awkward, then she is here to kill them. And then when Alicent showed up, I thought, and was worried, I thought, I did not believe this was going to happen until this episode, Bubba. Did you? Well, I guess you already knew. So
based on the book, it didn't seem likely that it could happen. Admittedly, the show has gone off book a whole lot, but it didn't seem likely that it could happen. But the fact that I accept that she would be willing to at this point in the story, I guess somehow I do. Let me, I'll jump to the end, even though there's so much fun within this.
Well, I mean, let's just say this, that Aemond ended up trusting his mother, but he did not trust anyone who accompanied her. Let's just say that gently.
Oh, wow. If you are a member of the Queen's Guard, why even let him get that close and shake his hand? He comes out, his sword isn't drawn, jump him. You're probably bigger than him, right? I mean,
I know, but you've got to follow through with this facade, even if it means you take a knife to the throat.
Oh my God.
But also,
Up into
let's
your
be clear,
brain. Oh,
Aemond is, Alice warns Aemond that Alison's up to no good. He does not believe it.
I
Yeah.
love the idiot line, Catfish. You already mentioned it, but so funny and so honest. You laugh. It's funny because it's true. It is
Yeah.
true. And then how about this? If you are Alicent,
Yeah.
now right now, admittedly, you're free in the wilderness, right? Like Harrenhal, there's really nothing near it. It's at least 100 miles back to King's Landing. Do you return to King's Landing because your daughter is there? But do you trust Rhaenyra to release your daughter? What do you do if you're Alicent? I guess
I
is what I'm
mean,
asking.
what I'm saying is, I don't. If she didn't intend to go back to King's Landing, then I don't think she would have killed her son
Okay,
or tried to kill her
that's fair.
son.
That's fair. Yeah.
So the only reason she's doing it is so she can go and Helena can be okay.
And do you want to get to Helena, Dreamer Helena, who is got so many characters have miserable lives.
I mean, we should have known that she was a dreamer. Her freaking dragon is called Dreamfire. Hello,
Spoiler
surprise.
alert. I asked my question at the top, has Rhaenyra snapped? And I thought it was most evident here in the very first scene of the episode where she's waking up her sister. She's grabbing her by her arm and telling her sister, listen, you may refuse me as your sister, but I may compel you as your queen. Tell me what you know. Tell me there has been no mistake and that I will prevail as the gods surely intend. Tell me. Holy smokes, Rhaenyra is no longer regular tunes. That's just for you there, Catfish.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Lord. Oh,
well,
my Lord. What did you think? What did you think? Holy smokes.
I mean, look, she's just out of control. She's torn. She is literally torn between the two poles, right?
Yeah.
Daemon, burn them all down, kill anybody who's a problem. Mysaria, let's try to reason this out. And she is stuck, but you know who's not stuck, Bubba, is our dreamer, because she is having good and bad dreams, right? She dreams that her child is taken from her right when she gives birth.
Terrible, horrific.
Now, this is balanced by a wonderful dream where, oh my goodness, Helena, who's like, I don't want to ride my dragon, is riding her dragon, and she is roasting fools left and right, and it is glorious. And then she has this happy birds chirping song of the South dream of children, her children in peace. They got chickens around.
Yeah.
And then what happens, Bubba?
And then the sun is blocked out by an eclipse and winter comes. Winter comes for everybody. Theoretically, This is the dragon in winter of the title. So Helena, I mean, think about this, Catfish. She dreams, and all of her dreams are negative. She has the child, it's taken away by Rhaenyra's forces. She doesn't want to ride a dragon and hurt anybody and burn anybody. She's riding a dragon and burning people. She wants to just go live on a farm. Winter comes, death and snow everywhere. These, you know what? If these are your dreams, get different dreams. This is
Look, some people's dreams glasses are half full, some are half empty. Hers are full empty.
Right, hers are broken glasses coming for her. Oh my goodness!
All right, Bubba. Look, we did the teams. I don't even know whether we have to have a question about this week.
Oh man,
who is your team of the week, Bubba? Is it green or black?
Now let me say to everybody who's like, why is this idiot team green? In the books, both sides are kind of equally horrific, and what's funny is the show is slowly getting to that point. But in the books, I thought Team Green was the less horrific of the two. And I thought so far through the show that Team Green was the more interesting TV to watch of the two. I'm Team Green this week, Catfish. They had a great R.I.P. Kristen Cole. Helena, you're having terrible dreams. Aemond, you got poisoned by your mother. Otherwise, a great week for everybody.
Bubba, I'm not even sure that this season
Yeah.
I have given it to Team Green once. I forget things quite easily. I've avoided giving to Team Green by
You
giving it to
have.
the Triarchy. I've given it to other people. Bubba, this week I have no choice. I would be Helena's Dreamfire and Aegon's now Phoenix Fire would roast me into pieces if I didn't say Team Green this week. Bubba, we talked a long, long time ago. We were doing the dragon counts. Bubba, we will have to redo the dragon counts because holy cow, if they have not balanced, they've either balanced out or they're in favor of Team Green now, which is
I'm telling mother.
crazy. So obviously it is Team Green this week, Bubba. And after we do our team, we do our MVP of the week, which does not have to be a member of the team that won,
That's
Bubba.
100%. And we love your feedback, listeners. Caro
We got it.
Joso, a loyal listener we love, said her MVP. Now, admittedly, it's for last week's episode 6.
Okay.
She gave it to Darren the Daring for being able to clock what his cousin Ormond is doing, but also sadly being too young to do anything about it. Listen to the young, Caro Joso screams. Only the young can run.
Okay.
She says, I really like that Gwaine was able to shut up his cousin by being craftier than him, although the arrogant never really see themselves for the fools that they are. I wish we were watching a fairy tale instead of a tragedy. Great point there at the end. This is going to be pretty tragic, all the things that happen. We love your feedback. Thank you so much.
Wow, Bubba, that is amazing. Yes, the fairy tale version of the Game of Thrones universe. Tough, Bubba. All right, I'll go first this time.
Okay.
My MVP of the week, I've already spoiled it. It's Mysaria's friend, Sylvie. She dropped these bangers, Bubba, and then pieced out. First of all, she walks in, she looks at the throne and she says, you know what this throne brings to my mind? 100 sharp little cocks all vying for attention.
Ouch.
That is beautiful, Bubba. We have seen this throne for 15 years, and this is the greatest thing anybody has ever said about it. Finally. And then now she's dropping bangers on Mysaria.
Oh, man.
She said to Mysaria, what power do you have except to flatter and cajole?
Ba-boom.
And then she ends it with this. A whore will always and forever remain a whore.
Dang.
Mic drop, Bubba. She's my MVP. She comes in for a small scene and she's like, I'm out. You know you're bringing me back because I can drop those bangers.
I've already talked about my MVP a lot, and my MVP was the reason your favorite scene in the episode happened. My MVP is Sheep Stealer. I don't give any Fs. I'm attack. You think it's 3-on-1? Who gives a rat's? Come at me, bro. Love of Sheep Stealer. Hell yeah.
Oh, man, Bubba, that is amazing. And next, of course, we have to have our instant
I'm telling mother.
or delayed karma of the week. Bubba, this week, I'm giving it to Aemond because he proves that very well-known adage, live by the Oedipus complex, get almost killed by the Oedipus complex.
Mine is for Larys. You have done everything right, and you leave at the absolute worst moment. That is karma. Where are you going to go, Larys? There are no other sides. Aemond never liked you. Rhaenyra never liked you. Even at this point, Alicent, who you were like her spy master for, she's sick of your crap. You leave the one guy who you don't want to leave when he's about to reclaim his dragon. Larys, terrible move. My karma of the week.
Oh, man. Man, horrible move. I know, Bubba, you would have stuck around.
Yes, of course.
I'm telling mother.
All right, Bubba, it's time.
Hold on. You know how Dylan had his, kind of sellsword riders behind him, and he's like, well, if my king's going to stay and face this army, I will too. And they have a real quick shot of the two guys behind Dylan who's like, all right, giddy up. Yay, we're leaving. I love that. All right, so small council debate, Catfish. What is it?
Bubba, take your earrings out and put them in the dish. This is the question we asked at the beginning of this Podcast,
Yep.
and I'm going to really hit the P's here, has the pendulum of power swung too far, too fast towards the greens. I mean, it was an overwhelming in the first episode, even though, I mean, Rhaenyra had the King's Landing. Of course, she's got some problems, but she's got the sea snake and all his ships.
Yep.
She's got water power. She's got air power with the majority of the dragons. Bubba, she's like the Strait of King's Landing. No one passes without paying a toll. And then here we are in episode 7, and it looks to be in ruins. So, did you get a little dizzied by how fast? I mean, it's 7 episodes, but it's fairly fast that things feel like they have completely 180 upended. Your thoughts?
Love it. Fast, 100% right. This does feel like a fast fall, but I want to give the show credit. It showed the fall. Almost all of the fall seems logical. And when you're saying Team Green is too powerful, let's do the dragon count. So Aemond, he's got to get Vhagar back, but you would assume he could. Vhagar is the biggest and the baddest. Sunfire, or as you brilliantly call him, Phoenix Fire for Aegon. The fact that he's there and can roast suckers, great. He may not be able to fly, but roasting suckers is still a great call. Helena had a dream where she could ride Dreamfire. That gets you to 3. Darren's dragon is tiny, but it does exist. That's 4. Ulf gets Silverwing. That is 5 wonderful dragons. Now let's look at Team Black's dragon.
All right,
real quick.
5.
Rhaenyra's Syrax, that's 1. Baela's Moondancer, 2. Daemon's Caraxes, 3. Adam's Sea Smoke, 4. Hugh's Vermithor, 5. Guess what? That's it. Sheep Stealer, you assume, right, is on the sidelines now. Joffrey, who we still haven't seen, Prince Joffrey does have a little dragon, but we haven't seen, and one of the kids who's over in Essos theoretically also has a super tiny dragon. So it's still 5-5. Who you got? Who you got, Catfish? 5-5. To kind of do size, Vermithor, Hugh Hammer's dragon, is probably the second biggest after Vhagar. So, and Daemon's dragon, Caraxes, has a lot of fights under its belt. You know what I mean? Vhagar and Caraxes are probably the most recent fighting shaped dragons. Who you got? Which one you got? Oh boy.
Well, it's funny that we talk about the dragons, because now that it's even, it does kind of come down to, despite Kristen Cole's like, this is over, we shouldn't be fighting hand to hand when we've got nuclear weapons above us. I still feel like people need to have kind of an army behind them.
Yeah,
so
100%.
So now that we've got an even dragon, how would you put the different armies we have on the green and the black?
All right. So right now, the Greens were told the Rivermen and the Winterwolves is 20,000. I'm pretty sure it was 10 to 15,000 in Tumbleton for the Greens. So the Rivermen definitely have a numbers advantage. But, of course, the Greens are inside a walled city. Oh, boy. I would say, all things being equal, the Rivermen have had a bunch of battles and shown they've won a bunch. So, and they have more numbers. So I'd say on an even field, Rivermen get the edge. But, of course, it's not an even field. The other guys are inside a walled city. Whew. I think they've done a good job making it very even at this moment.
All right. Well, let's just remember, too, let's see how we know how devious Ormund is.
Yes.
Is it possible that Ulf's first attack comes when he seems to be a friendly? In other words, just go back to the King's Landing and roast a bunch of suckers and then leave. Even better, because they could say they could still blame it on Rhaenyra because Ulf was supposed to be on her team.
Yes, that is exactly right. God, these are great, great questions. I want an answer. And I'll say it crazy. I said it after episode 3, which I loved. I don't need a big battle. Guess what I suddenly need? I need
a big battle. All right, Bubba. All right, a big battle. Speaking of battles, Bubba, you've done it again. You've done the daring.
Oh, no.
Double blank for the match game. I thought you learned your lesson last
This question
week.
is so terrible, listeners. We apologize for putting it on you. Catfish, I'm going to read it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Wait, yep, read it, and then I'll give the music so the listeners can come up with their own answer.
Aemond has 2 women in his life, his mother Alicent and his lover Alys. One for blank and the other for blank. Aemond has 2 women in his life, his mother Alicent and his lover Alys. One for blank and the other for blank. Catfish, what you got?
One for kissing and the other for making an alternate center of the kingdom in Harrenhal.
That's very specific, that second one. You know, you gotta have, you're...
No, I know. I'm not likely to match, but Bubba, that's just the way I felt about it.
I liked it. Okay, you ready? Give it to me.
All right. Aemond has 2 women in his life. His mother Alicent and his lover Alys. One for blank and the other for blank.
All right, well, you ready? One for sex and the other for sex.
Oh, nice. Oh, Bubba, I think you might want to ring the bell. This person did it better, but no, actually, it's not a match. Satan Claus comes up with a great answer. He says one to stab with his sword and the other to stab with his sword.
Link Hogthrob gave us 2 answers. This is how great Link is. Link says one for Oedipus and one for Dr. Freud. Or he said one for riding and one for cooking. Oh,
man. Nicole at Nightwolf Nim says...
This is good.
One for needless ick and one for saving his life.
Oh, Nick Fortuna. One for his... One for his goth fetish and the other for his spank bank. Oh
man, I love it. All right, Patrick Devarro says one for business and the other for pleasure. Who knows which is which? I don't know.
Oh, okay, Caro Joso's getting down in the mud with the rest of us. She says one for daytime activities and the other for nighttime fun time. Hello.
All right. No, this is not exactly the same, but I think you need to ring the bell. Albert Godleski says one for his tongue and the other for his sword.
Oh, terrible. Oh, Wani Madrid, one for mother's milk and the other for milk of the poppy.
Oh, that is fabulous. That is so good. Oh, no. Give it, Bubba. See, this is the trouble you caused.
Why did we
SN says one for his good eye and the other for his brown eye. Oh, my God.
Edit. Cam Shea.
All right. Now, Cam Shea, once again, I don't know which is which. Cam Shea says one for love, one for bossing him around.
You can't tell.
Okay, no, I can. His mom is for love.
Oh, exactly. Okay, Art of Floyd said one for fight and one for fun. And he said, this is a play on Full Metal Jackets. This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun. Oh.
All right. All right. Hamlet is dead says one is for sex and the other is named Alice.
Oh, this.
All right. The Uncle Q says one is for dreaming of and drinking with, and the other for chore reminders during dinner and calling him names when he's feeling ill. Oh my God. Oh, this one matches and it is so bad. I love it. Mr. Bill's Mafia Revere Terry says one for dreams and one for creams.
All right, edit. We are never playing the match game again. Oh my God. It was a good game while we had it. Oh my God. Okay.
Once again, Bubba, there's only one person to blame for this.
That's right.
That is you.
Queen
Congratulations. Wait, hold on.
Hey, we love your feedback and you guys are the best. And we want to get to your feedback on this episode and episode 6. So Priscilla TV, a great podcaster on her own. She worked with Matt on our Wheel of Time and the Rings of Power podcast coverage here at WPHQ. And she's got her own great channel. Check it out, Priscilla TV 1. She had the 3 most important words a person can say to another person, Catfish. She said those 3 simple words, I miss Joffrey.
Oh. I needed a moment to recover. Who does not? Dr. Det Fink says, Rhaenyra says, the Iron Throne is mine by right. Stannis via glass candle through time. First time.
Oh, so good. Hey, Cam Shay, we were just talking about her. She said, I was waiting for this moment. This shows that Daemon's idiocy, and I think she means being a traitor. Great episode. I feel it was satisfying for book readers for Sunfire to return, although that's bad news for a certain character. Cam Shay continues, I almost cried during the dragon fight. Yeah, it was, I mean, in some ways it was a wonderful spectacle, but it was like, what are we doing? Cam Shay said it was like watching dogs fight, which I hate. Poor sheep stealer. He's like a puppy who doesn't know any better.
Cam Shay's on your side. Sympathy for Sheep Stealer.
Yeah.
The killer, the random killer of random men. All right, Dennis Christo says, I hope by the end of these 10 episodes, 6 episodes short of what was originally planned for 40 total, Ryan Condal and his team are able to stick the landing.
I think Dennis will have a great answer with the final episode of season 3 next week. Geo Ninja, who always gives us great feedback, they wrote, I liked how in last week, Helena's embroidery, Aemond looked exactly like he did in the scene in the brothel with Sylvie, your MVP, Catfish. There you go.
Nice. Tori Hunter says, in episode 6, Helena pokes her own left hand and Rhaenyra's left hand bleeds.
Oh, isn't that Mando Tori? We love Mando Tori, a great listener. Arta Floyd has given us some great match game answers. He says, for episode 6, he gave it 10 out of 10 double S's.
Double S's?
Stunning Sansas, guys. Hello. Wendy Mills said, episode 6 got 9 out of 10 from her, and for her match game answer, she said, what he got time to thinking about turning to Team Green. Excellent answer, Wendy. And she said for match game 2, her answer was, Kristen Cole fought with a handkerchief around his sword hilt and pain around his eyes. Aww.
Oh man, Bubba! Wow, we got some negative feedback on episode 6, we always say your feedback is your feedback, and there is no shame on it. So let's read it and hear what people are thinking. Broken Horn KT said, "Read the book."
Yes, Matthew Murdoch, who is our great podcast forefather and a great podcaster in his own right. Matt wrote, This Joffrey of Podcast is much better than House of the Dragon that it's covering.
Ouch,
Matt is not.
You know what? We got some feedback from Matt early in the season that was not positive, and feels like he has not changed his opinion.
I know, that's heartbreak.
Now, Conard Conrado says, we've got a bunch of questions that are interesting. What was the purpose of Cole's story in this show? I don't know. How he died?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Whoa.
Does the story change anything? Nope.
Ouch.
Is it death important? For me, no, but I heard he was a hero. What a hero he was, I have no clue, but I heard he was a great one from his own words. It is getting harder and harder each episode to defend these brains behind the show. I lost faith after one season. Now I'm just here to watch Double P's.
Double P's?
Yeah, perfect podcast.
Wow. Well, thank you for that feedback. Catfish, do you think you know what Cole's purpose in the show was, if anything?
I mean, I feel like maybe it's a story. It's if anything, it's something that maybe needs to be reinforced once in a while, which all this BS about honor and all this kind of stuff leads people to get into dumb fights and for power, that all it does is just affect the little people and doesn't really accomplish anything.
Wow. Okay, so here's our final bit of feedback, and it is negative feedback, where it's iBarf, who's been giving us some great feedback recently, said this whole show has become lazy and a ridiculous joke.
Oh.
You have people and whole armies that just magically locate wherever they need to, immediately teleporting to their location. All these lords and their teams of assassins fight like super fast, badass killers. They can take up to 3 guys at a time. But when some nobody shows up out of nowhere, they just stand there with a stupid look on their face, getting killed like helpless children. Just because the writers need them, they are harmed or unharmed. I mean, there's no such thing as guards securing your camp during a freaking war. How the blank can you perfectly recognize a person you
have. You
haven't
haven't
seen before? Okay, perfect. Yeah, you haven't seen before. Gawain teleports to the castle of Templeton, takes a bath, kills like 5 without a scratch while the guy barely stands up from his chair. Oh, Sir Crispy didn't even get a scratch during the whole war, but suddenly he's killed. There are no stakes in this world anymore. It's all manufactured drama. All these people would be running to the castle to take on any mission to ride their dragon. Wow, Catfish. Let me say iBarf has given us really great feedback on a couple of shows. I think they've commented on Silo before, so I know that these last couple episodes have kind of been roller coaster for me, but it's a shame that these people are not able to enjoy. And hopefully, if they're still watching, this final episode can get them.
Well, Bubba, I hope so too. I hope they're still watching. And either way, I hope they watch just so they can provide feedback to us. Listen, if you watch just so you can give us some feedback, we love that. We love all of our listeners. Holy cow, we love you so much. Keep giving us the feedback.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, Bubba, for the very last episode of season 3. That means we'll have only one season left. Well,
Whoa.
Listen, as we say, give us your feedback, comment wherever you can, like, subscribe. We're only like 985,000 listeners away from subscribers from 1 million subscribers.
Thank you for getting it. Thank you. You get it, Catfish. Hey, if you want to yell at me, my name's Bubba. You can find me on all social media at the handle Fit and Trim. That's FITTENTRIM at Fit and Trim on social media.
And I'm Catfish. You can hit me up on Instagram and Blue Sky at G to the man. That's GEETOTHEMAN. And we'll talk to you next week on the Joffrey of Podcasts.
I'm telling Mother. Oh.
Dang, we can't end on negative feedback. I'll move it next time. Oh man.
Well, what if we just change it to the Ulf of Podcasts?
The Ulf boy. My boy, Ulf. Catfish, you saw it coming. And when you wrote that note last week where you were like, hey, is when is Ulf gonna turn? I was like, how in the world can I even pretend that he's not going?
You can't. You couldn't.
I couldn't.
You couldn't.
That's exactly right.
You
So
couldn't.
Like, okay, I can't pretend he's not gonna flip side. So good. What do you think? Oh, I should ask this on the podcast. But I haven't stopped recording the podcast. Oh, good. So what if you had to guess, what do you think is going to happen to your boy, Hugh, who had the episode off? I mean, he's in a bad spot. His wife is behind enemy lines.
Man, he is in a bad spot. Well, what if, and I hate to say this because I just need you to be sitting down and I need you to relax.
Okay.
What if it's one-on-one Ulf and Hugh and they both get taken out?
I am quitting this damn show.
I'm telling Mother. Oh.